If you think legends are only written by men in uniform, think again. Because this story isn't about a man, it's about her. The one they called the Shadow of Sangin. And before we dive into her mission, I want you to hit that like button and subscribe to her mission Diaries. Because what you're about to hear will redefine what courage truly means. He'd been watching her for hours, through the heat shimmer rising off the Afghan valley. Commander Nathan Cole, a battle-hardened Navy SEAL with 20 years of scars and secrets, had seen everything. Ambushes, insurgents, brothers lost to the dirt. But nothing prepared him for the calm figure half buried in dust 2 ridges away, her Barrett 50 cal resting steady on the rock, her eyes unmoving behind the scope. He thought she was a local marksman at first, maybe a threat, until she moved, slow, methodical, like she was part of the mountain itself. They were hunting a high-value target that day, a ghost who'd vanished across borders and left trails of American blood behind. Cole's team had orders to watch and wait. But then, through the shimmer, the woman fired. The crack rolled across the valley like thunder splitting the air. Cole followed her shot, tracing it through his spotting scope, and what he saw froze him. The target dropped instantly, almost impossibly. He checked his GPS readout, 3,200 meters. No, 3,247 exactly. That's not just a kill shot. That's a record. A world record. When his team reached the position later, the woman was gone, only a brass casing resting on the rock, and a small folded scrap of paper beneath it. 3 words were scrawled there in clean, disciplined handwriting, "For my brother." Cole pocketed the note. He couldn't explain it, but something in those words hit deep. Who was she? Why was she here? And how could anyone make that kind of shot? Alone, unassisted, and in enemy territory. Days later, intelligence confirmed what Cole already suspected. She wasn't a mercenary. She wasn't Taliban. She wasn't even supposed to be there. Her name was Captain Elara Jensen, Canadian Special Operations Sniper Division. Officially, she was missing in action after her unit was ambushed 2 months earlier. Unofficially, she had gone dark, hunting the same man who'd killed her brother, an embedded journalist 3 valleys away. Her mission was personal, her silence absolute, and her aim flawless. Cole couldn't get her image out of his head. The way she breathed between heartbeats, the steadiness in her movements, the emotion buried deep, but never gone. He had spent his career leading men through chaos, but watching her through the scope that day, he realized he was seeing something purer, sharper, a soldier running on vengeance, grief, and grace all at once, and in that realization, something inside him shifted. The war had taken many things from him, his peace, his faith, his friends. But for the first time, he felt like he'd witnessed not destruction, but justice, not death, but redemption. Still, one question remained. Where did she go after that shot? Cole didn't know it yet, but fate was already setting their paths to cross again. And when they did, it wouldn't be on opposite sides of a scope. It would be shoulder to shoulder in the deadliest firefight of his life. Take a second to like this video and subscribe to her mission Diaries. 2 weeks after the valley shot, Commander Cole's unit was pinned in a canyon west of Helmand Province. It was supposed to be a quick extraction. Get in, secure intel, get out. But the ambush came swift and surgical, like the enemy knew every move before they made it. The comms were jammed, the dust thick with gunfire. Cole had 5 men down, 2 out of ammo, and 0 hope. Until the first shot came, it wasn't from his team. It came from somewhere high, sharp, deliberate, a thunderclap in the chaos. One insurgent dropped, then another, then a third. Each hit clean through the heart. The shots came in rhythm, a ghost melody across the cliffs. Cole's instincts kicked in. He peered through his binoculars, heart pounding, and there she was, Elara Jensen, crouched between jagged stones, eyes narrowed behind her scope, the Barrett leveled like an extension of her soul. Dust whipped around her face, her breathing calm, her trigger pull smooth as silk. She was saving them. Saving him. Cole watched her cut down targets at impossible ranges, repositioning like a phantom between shots. Her precision broke the ambush apart, scattering the attackers before reinforcements arrived. When it was over, the silence was almost holy. The men called her an angel. Cole just whispered, "Shadow of Sangin," under his breath, the legend reborn before his eyes. When the dust cleared and the evac birds came, she vanished again. But this time, Cole found something new where she'd been lying. Not a bullet casing, but a folded patch. His unit's insignia, worn and faded, and beneath it, a note. Tell him his sister's at peace. That's when he realized her brother, the journalist she avenged, had been Cole's former combat photographer, Jamie Jensen. The young man who'd followed them through every operation, always smiling, always fearless. It all connected now. Her vengeance wasn't just for blood. It was for family, for closure, for the bond that soldiers and siblings never break, even in death. Years later, Cole would tell the story to new recruits, his voice steady but filled with emotion. He'd talk about the shot no one believed possible, the woman who disappeared into the wind, and the day he learned that heroes don't always wear the same flag, sometimes they carry their own. And somewhere in the shadows of history, on a quiet range in the Canadian Rockies, a single Barrett 50 still rests on a wooden table, engraved with one line, 3,247 meters. For my brother, that's her legacy. That's her mission. If this story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe to her mission Diaries, where real stories of courage, loss, and impossible heroes come to life. Because some legends don't fade. They aim true and never miss.